what was that, 2 minutes? I said we'd probably have more tornado warnings. I just didn't think it'd be that quickly. Alright, so we're back. We've got a new tornado warning. This is for a tornado report in Grapevine, just north of DFW International Airport. It's going to be probably very near the Sam Rayburn Tollway, north side of the airport, honestly. This is going to be moving northeast at about 35 miles an hour. So again, this is a tornado warning for Coppell, Flower Mound, Louisville. Sam Rayburn Tollway up to 35E. Recommend you go to a safe place immediately. Lowest floor, center room, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Sounds like we probably did have a spin-up tornado occur. And it's... we've got multiple reports of a tornado down in Grapevine. We've got a tornado debris signature in parts of Grapevine. So again, we've got a tornado down in Grapevine. Sorry, I'm on the wrong radar for that. Let me switch. Nah, you wouldn't be able to see it anyway. Let's just stick with this. So again, we've got a reported tornado in Grapevine over the last couple minutes. Multiple reports, in fact. And we did have a tornado debris signature. So again, this thing spun up again real quick. I told you all these things spin up really fast sometimes. And, well, here we go. So again, we've had a spin-up tornado occur in Grapevine, which means we probably have at least a wee bit of damage. Can't tell you how much, but again, pretty good signature right there. Very near 121, the Sam Rayburn Tollway, just north of 635. Again, that just goes to show you what can happen. So again, this is a tornado warning until 9:15 a.m. for a thunderstorm that has produced at least a brief tornado in Grapevine. And this is moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. It's probably going to be moving towards northern Coppell. It's going to be moving towards Louisville, at least south side. So if you're in Louisville down to Coppell, you need to be in a safe place. Lowest floor, center room, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. We don't want folks trying to go outside and look for this thing. We've got a report of damage to a commercial building on the west side of Grapevine. Again, not a big surprise. We're still seeing a signature now coming up in Coppell. That could be a brief tornado. I'll put some roads on here. Again, you're looking at velocity. That's Royal at North Point. So again, we might have a tornado in progress near Royal and North Point. That be moving east-northeast. This is just southeast of the Sam Rayburn Tollway. Again, this is off terminal Doppler weather radar, literally like 3 miles down the road. Well, it's more like, well, it might actually be about 3 miles. So again, pretty good indications we have a tornado down near Coppell, in Coppell, near South Royal Lane and Northport. That doesn't mean it's a strong tornado, but, you know, a tornado can be a tornado. It's going to do some damage. So we want folks in Coppell over to Louisville to be in a safe place. That's going to be the lowest floor. Center room, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And again, this probably won't be with us all that long. These tend to be short-lived and brief in duration. And we'll We'll see if it's still there on the next scan. But again, this is a tornado warning for portions of northern Dallas, northeastern Tarrant, although it's out of Tarrant, and far southeastern Denton County. So again, I really would not encourage folks to be on 35E right now between the Sam Rayburn Tollway on the north side and probably 635 on the south side, just to play it safe. I wouldn't want to be on the Sam Rayburn Tollway or 635 in those same areas either. So again, let's just switch back to the how hard it's raining mode, and we'll deal with this. Line of storms extends from near Keene, Alvarado to Mansfield to Arlington, Euless, Grapevine, Louisville, coming into Frisco, Prosper, Salina, all the way up Preston Road, or 289 if you prefer, up to Highway 82. Line of storms moving east, generally at about 30 to 40 miles an hour. Strongest storms, specifically from near Louisville down into Arlington and Mansfield, could produce winds of 60 miles an hour in spots, and the potential for spin-up tornadoes. And we know we had at least one spin-up tornado in Grapevine in the last 10 minutes. We had a tornado debris signature, and we've already got reports of damage to a commercial building, so... But that circulation appears to have now dissipated. For now. What I'm doing is I'm checking terminal Doppler weather radar data. These radars are short-range radars installed after Delta 191 crashed to detect wind shear. They update every 60 seconds and are quite good at detecting, well, wind shear, which also happens to be a tornado at times. Or at least, you know, the velocity signature on one, so... Okay, so again, Coppell, you need to remain in a safe place. That's the lowest room, center floor, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Line of storms extending down pretty much, DFW Airport 316 to Arlington, down almost all the way to 287. Could have winds of 60 miles an hour. Can't rule out brief tornadoes. Grapevine Fire Department reporting tornado damage at the Sam's Club off 114 in Grapevine. Okay, so, yeah, we've had a tornado hitting Grapevine. That doesn't mean all of Grapevine, but definitely sounds like we've got some damaged commercial structures. I'm going to presume it was a weaker tornado, just based on the velocity signature and such, but, I mean, probably still enough to cause damage to roofs and... So we don't have any indications of a tornado debris signature in the last couple minutes. That is good with this thunderstorm that's moving from Grapevine now into Coppell. Tornado warning remains in effect. Mostly because this thing spun up again so quickly. But again, that's just going to be the name of the game with these storms this morning into this afternoon as they continue into East Texas. Sometimes they might just spin up too quickly before a warning could be issued. We do note a new tornado watch is going to be issued soon for areas east of the DFW Metroplex, northeast Texas, and parts of East Texas. Let me see if that MD is up on this graphic yet. Oh, there you go. Let's see, this is about where they're considering issuing a tornado watch over the next hour or two. So we will see another tornado watch into portions of, well, central Texas, northeast Texas. And again, main threats with this line of storms will continue to be damaging winds, quick spin-up tornadoes, and the potential for some pocket change size hail and very heavy rainfall. Obviously, a tornado is a tornado, and you need to respect the fact that some of these are going to happen without much lead time. Pretty good straight line wind signature moving east through Mansfield. Could have winds 60 plus miles an hour at Mansfield up to Arlington right now, with this line of storms moving east quickly. And again, these storms are going to continue moving east at about 35 to 40 miles per hour. No super duper strong indications that we have a tornado down anywhere right now. Just a lot of straight line wind. Alright, so again, what we're going to do right now is, given the fact I don't, at this second, I could change again pretty quickly. I don't think we have anything down. We're going to take another break. And again, if we have a new tornado warning, we'll be back. But at this point, I don't believe we actually have a tornado down. And again, that might change quickly, but I'm going to check some data out and put a forecast together for the remainder of the morning of this afternoon. So we'll be here. And again, if we have another tornado warning or something spins back up, we'll be back here in a jiffy. Otherwise, I'm Texas Storm Chasers David-Reimer. Keep an eye on the sky with Texas Storm Chasers Interactive Weather Radar on our website, Texas Storm